Right now, somewhere in the world, someone is kissing someone else. It feels like the most natural thing a human being can do. Universal. Instinctive. Something written into our DNA. Except it isn't. In 2015, an anthropologist named William Jankowiak decided to test something nobody had ever bothered to test. He surveyed 168 cultures around the world, looking for one thing: romantic, sexual kissing. What he found broke his own assumptions. Only 46% of human cultures kiss romantically, fewer than half. He later said, "You wouldn't believe it, it seems so natural." But it isn't. In the Amazon, the Mehinaku people bite each other's eyebrows to show affection, but they don't kiss. Across sub-Saharan Africa, New Guinea, and large parts of the Amazon basin, ethnographers working with these cultures for decades never once documented a romantic kiss. Not one. Meanwhile, in the Middle East, kissing showed up in 10 out of 10 cultures studied. In Asia, over 70%. In Central America, 0. So if kissing isn't universal, if it isn't hardwired into being human, where did it actually come from? And why does it exist at all in the places it does? Let's go back further than romance, further than culture, before humans were even human. Some non-human primates, bonobos among them, already touch mouths in ways that look almost like a kiss. And there's a theory from the late anthropologist Vaughan Bryant, who spent 50 years studying pollen and oddly kissing, that the real precursor wasn't affection at all. It was grooming. Primates pick through each other's fur, removing lice, dirt, parasites, mouth to skin, again and again, for hours. It builds trust. It calms the nervous system. It's one of the oldest bonding behaviors in the primate lineage, and some researchers believe that somewhere in that repetitive, intimate, mouth-to-body contact, the kiss was born, not as romance, but as maintenance, as care. Then there's a second theory, one that's almost uncomfortable to think about: kiss feeding. Mothers across many traditional cultures, still practiced today in parts of the world, chew food into a soft paste and pass it mouth to mouth into an infant too young to eat solid food. It's called pre-mastication, and it may be one of the oldest forms of physical intimacy between two human beings. A mouth-to-mouth transfer that has nothing to do with romance and everything to do with survival. Some anthropologists argue that this early, repeated, trusted mouth contact between parent and child may have laid the neurological groundwork that adults later repurposed for something else entirely. Now here's where it gets stranger. For decades, the oldest recorded evidence of a romantic kiss was believed to come from a Bronze Age manuscript in India, dated to around 1500 BCE. Historians pointed to it and said, this is where the kiss began, and it spread west from there. But in 2023, two researchers went back through Mesopotamian clay tablets, thousands of years old, and found something that broke that timeline completely. Lip kissing was documented in ancient Mesopotamia and Egypt starting at least 2500 BCE. Not one origin point spreading outward, but multiple independent civilizations developing the same behavior around the same era, thousands of miles apart, with no contact between them. Which means the kiss wasn't invented once. It might have been invented over and over again, independently by different groups of humans who had never met each other and never would. So why does it show up in some places and not others? This is where Jankowiak's research gets genuinely unsettling. He found a direct correlation. The more socially stratified a culture, the more classes, more hierarchy, more strangers interacting with strangers, the more likely that culture was to kiss romantically. Simple, egalitarian societies where everyone already knows everyone showed almost no evidence of it at all. One theory for why kissing might function as a kind of biological background check. When your mouth meets someone else's, you're not just feeling something, you're gathering information, taste, smell, pheromones, subtle chemical signals about immune compatibility, health, even genetic fit. In a small band where you've known every person your entire life, you don't need that test. But in a complex society, full of strangers you might marry, trade with, or trust with your life, a kiss might have quietly become a way of running a check that no words could ever replace. So the next time you kiss someone, understand what's actually happening underneath it. You're not doing something instinctive and universal. You're doing something cultural, something that had to be invented, possibly more than once by humans standing in for something older. Primates grooming each other for survival, mothers feeding their children mouth to mouth, and strangers thousands of years ago finding a wordless way to ask one question: can I trust you? That question is still the one being asked every single time.